Alright, folks.
I'm about to start fishing at home. Let's take advantage of the river rising. I'm down here under what would be the bridge. We're going to head out from here. We're going to get started and see what we can share today. Alright, so I'm getting ready now. I'm heading out.
For those interested in our WhatsApp group, I'm going to be raffling off one of these fishing kayaks with shipping to anywhere in the country.
I'll leave the link to the group in the comments or in the description, and I'll briefly explain how to participate. It's 6:30 in the morning and we have a partly cloudy day. And the idea is to cross the river to a place where the water is a bit calmer and cast from there.
It has dropped a little more than a meter, probably a meter and a half.
So well, we have the chance to slowly start fishing again. To my right is the Pellegrini Bridge. And the idea for today is
To go cast in that area you see over there.
we're going to go all along the coast right by the shore over here so the runoff doesn't catch us. And once we're ready to cross, let's head for that spot.
This is where the sand pit is. In fact, here you can see
Up close, one of the money boats from this place.
it's impressive how much money flows.
I'd be going down the river here, up the river, sorry, and obviously the water is flowing against me. This area I'm also interested in casting. Well, we'd be arriving at the area. This part, more or less, if I'm not mistaken, they call it La Paloma.
Here it connects to a lagoon. My idea is to position myself maybe on this side. Let's see if I can take a shot over this area where it connects.
Why not? I might get into the lagoon later to check it out. The water visibly flows into the lagoon. Here we have a height. I'm telling you, the weather is starting to get a bit ugly. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to take the first shots of the morning in this place.
One of the baits for today, fresh liver, and I also brought
A bit of worm, so we're going to switch it up and I'm going to cast 2 rigs. For this one, I'm going to put liver on it, just the liver. It's good for catfish, bogas, mostly bogas, and that's what I'm always interested in catching. So I cast it with a double purpose. And then I set up the other rod more for mixed fishing, let's say, whether it's for catfish or small pati. Alright, first cast of the morning, well, the first bites of the morning. I think I rushed it this time. Oh no. Super small, man, a little catfish.
so greedy. Look, I put a good piece of liver on it.
Now we'll release it. Luckily it fell the other way, or that little catfish could have poked me. Let's change the bait and cast more toward the middle. Maybe I threw it a bit too close. But I don't think so, because look, the bait is right here in the water. The little catfish are attacking it. I'll share it with you now and show you what I just mentioned. Look, there it goes. They're mojaras. No, incredible. What a shame I didn't bring any traps. Piece of mojara. Oh, I almost got one. Let's see if I can catch one and leave it on the street. Alright, I came to check it's biting. I came to the shore to set something up for the mojaras and to set up the other rod more comfortably. And I think this one has something. Thank you. Good evening. Well, I found this whole little tilapia hook. Let's see if it works for me. I don't have a float. Are my feet sinking here? No, it's a piece of tilapia, see? First shot. We're going to save all of this for the litter. There we go. Second mojarota. Discount. Again, in case you hadn't seen me, I embody the mojarero like this. I put the little leg on the worm. I leave what it is, the edge free. It always works for me. Let's check the rods. I think one of them is pretty. Cast it this way. It's 7:30 anti-meridium. I've only had small bites so far. Now we have what is mojara to mix things up, so well, let's wait a little longer. The second option I have is to get closer to where the lagoon connects, cast there. And it's not about going along the whole riverbank and, well, trying in different spots. I think we're gonna have to catch something nice because the water is calmer now, so to speak. And well, now it's time for the PIC to start. We're going to cast here where the water comes into the lagoon. It's amazing. The current is basically pulling me with the rushing water. So just imagine when I have to go back over there, which isn't far, I'm about 300 meters from the bridge, it's going to take me back really fast. Here we would be entering La Laguna. Let's see if we can park at the entrance, as I mentioned earlier. But it goes by so fast that it was impossible. Why not? A good moncholo, a good catfish, let it come here where the current isn't strong.
Look at this.
Let's see what bites here at this calm spot. Maybe a good tarucha. Now we're on solid ground. I got the other rod snagged, so I'll have to set up another one. Another leader, let's cast here. Let's see if right here, because the current is really strong, I left the kayak over there. It's pretty hard to fish from the kayak because the current is really strong. When I search for shallow areas, I find many small fish swimming around and they end up taking all the bait. So I found this spot where at least I can cast my gear, and it's usually nice here, the place too. I already changed the leader and put on a worm. There's still a chance I'll get snagged, so I'll just cast right here. There we go. Moncholo with a breast. Hello? Today we begin. Before fishing, we're here in a ditch where you can see there's a lot of activity from little fish, probably shad and maybe some other small ones. We're going to try to catch a few before heading out to fish because here I only have worms. And, well, we're gonna fish on top of a bridge that I've never been to before. Well, that's the idea, because around here I see that passing through is impossible. So let's see if we can manage.
Beat it.
Hey, look who's here. Now we're finally starting our trip to the fishing spot. I think I'm going the right way, since, as I mentioned before, I've never been around here. As for the bait, when I get there, I'll show you the little bugs I managed to get, and, well, let's see how this goes. Now, I'm walking. So,
It would be a
track of an old train, which will end up leaving me
on the bridge I told you about.
Honestly, I've been walking for quite a while now, so I didn't know the path was this long, but at least it's nice.
No. I won't deny that the caminito is nice, but
It's getting long.
the thing is, it's all straight.
It's just that I'm used to walking, but this is just straight, nothing else. There's not even a curve to change things up a bit.
All right.
Officially, arriving at the bridge before I forget, because once I start fishing, I'm gonna forget. I send greetings to the friend who recommended this place to me.
Whoa, the path is a bit tricky. So, well, a shout out to the kid. And now when he arrives, we'll start fishing. Let's see how it goes. I'm telling you, if you break off a board like this, you won't live to tell the tale, because before you fall, it'll break you completely.
Alright, here we have the bait I caught with a little net. Check it out, little sabalos, little mojaras. Oh, here we have a colorful bottom sweeping net. Let's get started. With this little sabalo, with this simple rig of lead sliding and leader below, we're going to make the first cast. I have to say I'm a bit uncomfortable because obviously I'm not familiar with the place yet, so here we go. I'll probably bring it over here. I know this part is really shallow, just sand, and over there is where the current is. Maybe if we can get a little closer, we can cast a line later. Look here. I stopped at this spot because I saw that people have already been fishing in this area. And well, those who have been here already know it, so I stayed here. Now let's walk a little to the right and see if we can cast a line. I put a hook for mixed fish on this one and fresh minnows. I also have worms, but I'm going to wait because lately with worms when I cast I only catch marietas, catfish and apretadores, and you spend a little while there baiting the hook and they strip it instantly. This bridge is about to collapse. The part that's breaking, the last part, the last stretch, can't take it anymore. Still, if it didn't collapse now with this recent flood, what a shame. Right now that I know this area, I imagine those who have been around here. Having crossed several times and having shot surely from the shore to the other side, because all this part here is pretty solid. The issue is over there. I'm gonna zoom in closely for this recording since I can't physically get any nearer. Look at how that part is. It's just a matter of time and probably depends on the river, whether it rises or falls for it to collapse. And look here at the whirlpools there are. Let's take the shot. Here, at least I have a bit of shade. In most places you can see evidence of fishing. And they've also left a little bag of trash. So it seems like this is a place where quite a lot of people come. Look at this incredible view I'm having right now. Honestly, it's a beautiful place. And this would look good in the middle of the river. I'm looking at a spot over there in the distance where that eucalyptus tree is, also a beautiful bend for fishing. Let's see if in the next few days I can get over there and do some fishing. A hook that someone forgot here, who knows how long ago, but you can tell it's good because it's still sharp. How crazy these air carnations are. Look where they ended up. They're on a bridge above a river. That's crazy, right? Well, this rod is about to get a bite. I came from over there and... Let's see if I make it in time. It's a big catfish. Impossible. Look at the size of that catfish. That catfish cost me a lot. While I was pulling it out, with all the shaking, I dropped my other fishing rod, which was basically my favorite, one of the first ones I bought so well. It's a shame, but you see, it was just the rod. Everyone has their favorite. That same one fell into the water, and on top of that, when it fell, I was reeling in the fish and didn't have anything to hook it with, so... What a shame. We're getting another bite. I'm gonna figure out how to move past the team issue because... frankly, it bothers me. June and I are unwilling. I think we've already got it, this one. I think it's coming in second. Or not. Yeah, something good. Another moncholo. I'm catching it with sabalito. I'm using a leader in sabalito, just in case there's a dorado or palometa nearby. Alright, second catfish. The bite was here, that's why they were fishing here. See, I told you I stayed here. First of all, because if there are people who usually come here, they know. Let's make him a little mix because I don't have any more, Grandpa. Good evening. Look, I made this hand line with a hook, short leader, to see if we can get some fresh bait. Look, a little dorado. I caught one. The one who's not hungry is the real man. Yeah. If we get some bait, I'll change the hook and use it to fish. Let's see if we can catch a catfish or something on the surface too.
Well, mission accomplished.
The most complicated Mohara is just that I'm fishing with a hook for boa. Look, basically I stole it. Well, let's see if we can catch a few more. Honestly, the sun is beating down and the metal on the bridge is making noise as it heats up.
All right.
Awesome little doradillo.
This is crazy.
Alright, I'll set up a hand line with a worm.
To add a variation. What's wrong? The fish stopped biting quite a bit, probably because the water started to warm up. And it also activates the gradillos, which, as you know, are unbearable when they move around in schools like that.
I think we've got another one. Who knows what it could be because it's with just a little piece of fish that I found here. But look,
Do you know what it is?
A squeezing catfish?
these animals pull hard. They give you the feeling that it's a huge catfish or something.
Look,
Good.
morning. Well, I just arrived at the port and I'm looking for where we can take the first shots of the morning.
7 in the morning. They've already told me that it's gone down quite a bit, and from what I see, it's true. Notice that every
time it's nicer to cast. This part is where the boats usually come down. So I don't think you can fish here, but let's look up on the dock near the winch to see if we have a chance to cast a few times.
What I didn't check either was going all the way around to end up over there in front to see what that whole area would be like. Thanks. All right. We already have the little team ready. We have chicken intestines, we have chicken heart. And we're going to make the first cast of the morning, hoping we don't get snagged. And let's see what we can catch. There. Come on, let's close it so it stays here. Let's see if someone has come these days and wants to tell me if it's coming out. And I was told that it comes out. That's good. If someone wants to tell me about that, I'm just going to use this team to see what's up with the issue of hooks. Check out how I brought it down here. Here we have the bait. I set it to defrost last night, so it's ready for casting. Where do you see those sticks? In that area? That would already be countryside.
So just imagine how high it still is and how high it was before for it to have already dropped more than a meter.
Let's see if anyone from outside has come here or knows about it. The port is very well known, so surely if anyone likes fishing or exploring, it's huge. This ship. For Animals Day. About 2 years ago, I was fishing for tarucha when the river was a bit high on that side.
Just then, a boat passed by, which I recorded while I was there fishing.
And when it got over there, that boat turned over and sank on the... like that. So later, if you want to check that out, I'll leave the video there. Mancho, there for sure. They've thrown it. Thank you. Thank you. To everyone. Well, we have the first bite. Oh. Tight fight. Thank you.
Greeting, greeting.